Welcome everybody. Today, this is the day 60. 60,000 reps. We conclude our 12-week challenge. 1,000 reps per day, 5 days a week for 12 weeks equals 60 sessions, 60,000 reps. We're going to do a weigh-in here at the end. I started off at 167. We're going to see where I'm at. I bet you I'm in about that 15-pound range right there. But we will go out to the scale here as we're going through probably after round one, go through it and see where we're at. So if you're with me, remember, 1,000 reps, low weight, high reps, 5 days a week, 1,000 reps per day. At the end of today, 60,000 reps. 60,000 reps at the end of today. I'm telling you, well, you'll be able to see from my weigh-in what it's done, from my pictures, what it's done. You can go back to the beginning. Massive change for me. Probably about a 15-pound weight loss during that journey. All I did was the workouts each morning, low weight, high reps, nothing big, walking my 10,000 steps a day, 5 to 7 days per week, and then just monitoring what I eat. No special diets, just writing down every single thing that I eat or drink on a daily basis. Allows me to have self-awareness and know that's not good for me, that's not good for me, instead of just shoveling it in nonstop. So this is our last workout together for this one. Then we'll start a new phase next week. Probably going to go Tuesdays and Thursdays. But until then, so if you're here, once you get on, we'll keep moving forward. Anybody on yet? Let's get it going. Last workout. What's up, man? Thoughts. So here's what we're going to do. So as I said, if you weren't here listening at the beginning, today is day 60. This is our final day of the workout, day 60. So at the end of today, we'll have 60,000 reps. I wanted to do something. When I started this challenge, this is to show that it'll work, I was at 167 pounds. Let's go do the weigh. So we're going to weigh in right now after 12 weeks, 1,000 reps every day on the scale. Hopefully I can get that scale on there. So about 162. It's a little bit heavier because I'm holding this. So 162. I started off at 167. So you do the math. We are roughly between 14 and 15 pounds down from those 12 weeks. All we did during that time period were these workouts, 1,000 reps a day, Monday through Friday, walking our 10,000 steps, and monitoring what we eat. So basically, I'm down almost 15 pounds during that time from 2 years working out. Now, if people think I can't do this, I can't, I'm just too. This is my picture right here, and this is kind of celebration day for me. That was me 2 years ago. That was my fat piece of crap self right there. 206 pounds. That was what I wanted to get to. I'm not quite there yet. 206 pounds right there, down to what, 162. So overall, a 40-pound weight drop. Keep body rigid. I agree. You're right. Yeah, Freaking Tasmania. Holy shit, that's awesome, dude. Awesome, man. Awesome. I love that part of the world tuning in. So basically, like I said, we're going to get through this quick now. 1,000 reps every day. Today's the final day, 12 weeks, 60,000 reps. I'm down 15 pounds, down 40 pounds overall since I started doing this stuff. You can do it. I still have a little bit to go. I want to get rid of the little bit on the bottom here that's been a hard part for me. But we're going to start that next week with the new phase on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're going to go heavier weights, lower reps, still dumbbells, and then we're going to start building the muscle back after this. We're from Australia as well. Nice, man. I love it. Jesus. Can you say hi Milan? Hi Milan? Milan? Awesome. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, especially from that far away. I love that part of the world. My wife and I are definitely planning to travel to Australia, New Zealand. I always say, one of the big reasons to work out is not just for the way you look, it's the way you feel. But if I go to New Zealand, why go and just look at the mountains? I want to be able to hike this freaking mountains, go places, have an experience. But if you're fat, out of shape, lazy, disgusting, diabetes, you can't do that stuff. Can you say hi, Phoenix? Yes, I'm from Taronga in the north. Man, that's awesome. New Zealand. Yes, freaking New Zealand is probably, outside the United States, probably my number one location to visit. We did Alaska in August, but New Zealand, look, we like the Lord of the Rings. So I would like to go on that whole trip. That is to me, that is one of the most spectacular places on the planet that I've seen pictures of. But I'd love to be able to travel to that part. But here's the thing, like I said, I'm 53 years old, and part of my journey, we have to have a why. My why is when I do get to New Zealand, I want to be able to hike trails, a Shire, I want to be able to walk all those things that have happened. But if you're obese and you're sick and you're unfit, then it's kind of a waste. You're going off of people's stories. You can't have an experience. So if you're in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, hell, my dad's 80 years old and he still works full time. You got to be able to keep going and going and going. What's that say? Bro, no shit. New Zealand and expensive. Mila and Phoenix. So, yeah, it's expensive. We just went to Alaska, and I know what expenses are like. The food is about 4 times the cost of regular, gas, everything. But I'll tell you what, New Zealand would be that once-in-a-lifetime thing. So if there's some place on there that you would recommend going, like I said, I love it. My wife and I watching Lord of the Rings and all those amazing just mountains and scenes and stuff. Just want to be able to hike and see the waterfalls and all those types of things. So, man, I appreciate you guys being on here. What's that say there? It says recently had a crazy wildfire, and now shut for the next few years. That's not good. I think New Zealand has multiple islands though, doesn't it? Upper and lower at least? Battling a little bit of a cold here this time of season. To be honest, the Shire and Minnesota isn't worth the price. It's cool, but damn, it isn't worth entry fee. Well, that's a good thing to know. That's definitely a good thing to know. So where would you recommend going? I'm there just for the sights. That's, those big mountains and streams and waterfalls, and just to experience the culture as well. Weird thing you used to believe. Weird thing you used to believe. Well, when I was younger, I believed that I couldn't do a lot of stuff, but that's a bunch of bullshit. North, South, Stewart Island, but then there's a few others that aren't too significant. That's cool, man. I appreciate that. The question was about recommend going to Dubai. Ooh, that would be a cool one too. That would be definitely on my list of places to go. Just, I tell you, with the way our media is here in the United States, it feels like going outside of the country to some places like that, it might not be very safe, but that might be totally wrong. But the way our media is in our country, just like we're the enemies everywhere in the world. So just that region right there is probably a little bit scary for me. I might be completely wrong and off the, but just the way they scare people in this country with that region. Let's keep pounding forward. So great stuff today. So basically, one of the questions there was, what was something that you once believed that you know is not true? I'll be completely honest with you. As far as it comes to education, when I was in high school, I was the laziest person. And the reason I was lazy is because I thought I was stupid. I thought there were smart people, and I thought that there were just naturally dumb people. And unfortunately, I got the lottery of being the dumb one. So I didn't realize it at the time. It was because I wasn't doing the work. I was like, study, do these things. I thought it just came natural to everybody. So I made it through high school barely. I had about 650 students. I graduated like 630. Barely skipped through. All my friends were going to college, so I went to community college. Still didn't do well until I met my wife. And whenever I met my wife in college, straight A student, and started hanging out more and staying together. And it's like every night she was studying. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I thought you just knew this stuff. She's like, no, idiot, you gotta study. You gotta put the work in. Well, I was like, you know what? I'll try this. So I tried it. And guess what? I wasn't dumb. I was just freaking lazy. So not only did I make it through there, I went all the way on and got my doctoral degree, working on a second one on the school board, wrote multiple books. I'm a college professor. I did all these things because of my belief system. I believed I was dumb because I was the first graduate in my family. So the only thing that's holding you back in all those areas is your belief. It's holding you back in your fitness. It's holding you back in your relationships. It's holding you back in your education, your career. You could do anything that you want to do. It's not made for special people. It's made for people that are willing to put the work in. That's what it's made for, which is anybody, because it's a choice. So it's a belief, and I think, say hi, you're right. I can say hi, Azila Kuka, you're right. But here's the thing, it's all about beliefs. Like, even doing this workout, today is day 60, 12 weeks, 60,000 reps. Do you believe that you could get through 60,000 reps? When I started this 12 weeks ago, I was kind of like, yeah, am I going to make it through the whole thing? Today's the last day. Down 15 pounds. We did a weigh-in. I'll do a weigh-in again. I started out at 167. Now I'm at like 161 and a half, down almost 15 pounds. I'm down 40 pounds from 2 years ago after my back surgery. And now I still have a little ways to go. I want to get rid of this bottom part. That's where my surgery was. But as of now, this is about the leanest, the fittest I've been in my entire life at age 53. 53 years old. So anybody who is younger than me, even older, the only reason you're not doing it is because you don't believe you can do it. Shatter that belief system. And the only way you're going to be able to do it is through discipline, because in those 60 days, there wasn't one morning I woke up and said, man, I can't wait to get into this. This is going to be an awesome workout. Once I started, then I changed, because I get to talk to you guys and do that stuff. But you're not going to want to do it. That's the thing. That's why I have a coaching program where it's accountability, where you get daily text messages and do all that kind of stuff. If you're interested in that, just DM me on Instagram. But that's secondary. Azia said hi. Nice. Yeah, I appreciate it. And what's awesome is so many of these people are from outside of the country. I really appreciate it. Talking about your culture and your customs and your way of life. And obviously, we have fitness people across the country. So we're done with round 1, 300. This is the last day. Let's get it done. That's only 15 pounds. So if you're doing this journey and you're doing this, we're not using heavy weights. We're using very low weight, high reps, 1,000 reps. I use 15 pounds for most body parts, and the only thing I do is 30 pounds for my chest because it's a little bit stronger, so I want to push that a little bit more. The squats and the sit-ups, I don't use any weight, but if your legs are strong, you can hold those 15 pounds or 10 or whatever you're holding. Do those as well. Same thing with the sit-ups, crunches. You want to hold a dumbbell here. That's your prerogative. At my point, I never really worked on my abs and my legs that much because I was a hockey player growing up. So my legs and abs were always strong. And man, whenever I got done with that, after my wife put after my back surgery, my legs have just disintegrated. They're still strong. They're good for walking, but the size and strength has gone away. I'm not really too interested in it with the lower back fusion L451. So that's another thing right there. If you believe that because you've hurt yourself that you can't do something, it's like Henry Ford said, if you believe you can do it or you can't, you're right. And it's so true with everything in our lives. If you believe you can't get an education, you can't. If you believe you can't have a good relationship, you can't. If you don't believe that you can be fit because you're just naturally obese and that's in your genetics, well, then that's the way it's going to be. But I believe anybody can do anything they want to do. If you can dream it, man, I'm telling you what, you can freaking do it. Good name for a pet rock. Oh. Anybody that has a pet rock's probably got something wrong with them, so I don't know. Fighting off a little bit of a cold here, a little sinus. So as we talk today, all about belief structure. I talked the other day just about belief, and I'm not talking about religion or anything, just in a higher power in the universe, something you call it, whatever name you want to call it. But if you believe that there is something out there that's working in your favor, it's the magic is in believing. That book, The Magic of Believing, if you haven't read that, definitely a good read. But if you believe something, it can be bad or it can be good. It's going to be true for you, no matter what you believe. If you believe that you are dumb, that you are just genetically going to be obese, that you believe that nobody loves you and you can't have relationships, those things are all 100% true. But if you believe that you can work hard and get your fitness, you can get that degree, that amazing career. You don't even need a degree for a career. Hell, some of the best jobs right now are blue collar in the heating, air conditioning, electric, plumbing, all those things. That's where the big money is going to be coming, because AI is going to take over a lot of other things. At least that's my belief. So if you do believe AI is coming for your job, guess what? Start learning AI. It's pretty simple. Be that person that can use AI to do your job, so the other people that don't know it, guess what? It's called a competitive advantage. We talk about that in my career readiness class all the time. Get a competitive advantage. Don't wait for the hard times to come. Be prepared for the hard times. Yeah, that's the thing in life. Most things are so damn common sense that people just say, that's too easy. It can't be true. It's got to be complicated. It's not complicated. Get yourself freaking prepared. Wait a minute. I'm missing my back. I almost forgot my back. Let's get the back done. We're just talking about beliefs. If you believe in anything, you can absolutely do it. Just have that belief. Come through the program with me. Get on it. Today is the last day of the 12 weeks. At the end of today, you will have $60,000 1,000 reps. This is the only workout that I've done for the last 12 weeks. I've dropped 15 pounds in that 12 weeks. I've dropped 40 pounds in the last 2 years. I didn't work nowhere near as intense as this. It took me a long time to lose that amount because I didn't go as intense. But if you need 40, 50, 60 pounds to lose, and you do this 12-week protocol here, you're going to drop 20 pounds plus. Then your mentality, it's almost like a jump start, because then your mentality is Switzerland. What the hell? That's amazing. 50, if you lose 50 or 40, 50 pounds, your whole mentality is going to absolutely change throughout the whole things. Let's get chest. Ugh. End of round 2. I'm gonna blow my nose. So if you've been there, He is AI. This guy is not. Steroids. I wish I was on. I've never taken steroids in my life. I'm 53 years old. I weigh 162 pounds. Steroid. You look like Steve. Steve. I don't know who the hell Steve is. Anyways, that's into round 2. That's 600 reps. We got one more round plus our 100 at the end, and then we'll be done. We'll be at 60,000 reps for the 12-week session. Yeah. If I could do AI this well, it'd be great. Okay, let's finish her off. Final round, week 12, 60,000 reps. One thing that I'll be doing, John Cena. One thing that I've done, if you go back through all my videos, through the 60 ones, I wore these pair of shorts every single day, and I did that for a specific reason. On week 1, these things were snug. They fit tight. Now I wanted to wear them every day so I could see. Now I have a serious amount of that, and the belt is on the very last belt buckle. And you can see I started out way out here. So once I'm done with today's workout, these things are going in the wood burner, gone forever. And the same thing with it, gone forever is my fat body. I'm done. You got to make a decision. I'm done. That's it. Final. I'm going for it, and I'm going to be fit the rest of my life. Nothing worse than getting into your 50s, 60s, 70s, being retired and being obese and sick, diabetes, and you've thinking that taking multiple vaccinations is going to somehow cure you or make you better. You might want to rethink that. Say hi to Dr. 4G. I appreciate you guys being here. Not sure what that says on that last one there. For some reason it's reaching out to way across the world, but you're on the journey too. Say, you got to have things like that. And whenever I say about losing weight, do not worry about the scale. It's good to see the amount of poundage you lost, but on a daily basis, whenever you're trying to motivate yourself, stay off of the scale, because you could gain water or muscle or whatever. I like to use clothing as the guide. Are your pants getting looser here? Are your arms maybe getting tighter? Your chest getting tighter? Is the back fat just pinching right here? Is this going away? How are you feeling? What your pants, mostly the pants, especially for guys. The stomach, is getting a lot less tight on your shirt right here? So it's actually sitting loose instead of being tight all the time? Those are the kind of things that I believe make the biggest difference. Still fighting this damn cold. Let's go. Last shoulders. That last 10 between 40 and 50, man, that fucking hit you. How many reps? 50 reps. So basically the program is every morning, 7 a.m., 1,000 reps. That's the key, 1,000. Hitting all 6 body part regions, 50 reps at a time, 3 rounds, plus an extra 100 at the end equals our 1,000. Today is day 60, the last day of our 12-week challenge. So at the end of today, if you're with me, you'd have 60,000 reps in 12 weeks. 60,000. I said I'm down 15 pounds from that point. All I did in addition to this is walk my 10,000 steps a day. No special diet other than just monitoring what you eat. Keep a piece of paper and a pen next to the refrigerator, wherever you're eating. I'm saying if you take 2 bites of cottage cheese, write it down. 2 spoons of cottage cheese. This, that, throughout the whole day. Because a lot of times you're not self-aware, especially if you're snacking and you're getting little things, you know what I mean? Well, I just had a little bag of chips. Well, yeah, that and a donut and a frappuccino drink, whatever, and 4 beers at night and this and that. Next thing you know, you're at 6,000 or 7,000 calories a day. It's called self-awareness. If you're aware of these types of things, then you'll start to limit them. How much do the dumbbells weigh? 15 pounds. How many reps? So I use 15s, but if you're starting, some people at 2, 4, 8, 10 pounds, I mean, if you have not lifted and you've taken decades off, or if you're just not used to it, 15 pounds is probably going to be too much to get through the 1,000 reps. I use 30 pounds for my chest because my chest is a little stronger. I want to push it, but start wherever you can start at. Okay? All you need is 2 dumbbells. If you start at even 10 pounds, it might sound very light, but when you're doing 50 reps, 3 sets of that, up to 1,000, man, it's gonna bite you hard. Problem is, in the lower weights, you can jump up like by 2 pounds. Once you get over 10, then you're in that 5-pound increment. So going from 15 to 20, that's a massive jump. Massive jump. I do 150 push-ups in a day. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Before I was doing this, the 1,000 rep challenge, I was doing 1,000 every morning, sets of 100, do 10 sets of 100 every morning. So let's try to get up from that 150. I don't know how many you can do in a row, but if you can do, best thing in life is to always be improving. So if you can do 150 a day, let's try to get that up to 175, and add 25 maybe per week or every 2 weeks, then get it up to 200, and work that baby all the way up to 500 in the morning time. Sets of 50, sets of 25, whatever it is. Just keep building and building and building upon it. Your muscles in your chest with the push-ups, it will skyrocket quickly. And even if you can do, say, 20 push-ups, then the next day try 21. Do 21 for a while, then 22, and then in a set. And before long, you can get up to 100 push-ups. It might seem unreasonable. It might seem like it's not possible, but trust me, it is definitely possible. I stopped my push-ups 12 weeks ago when I started this. That was kind of my discipline in the morning time, doing that. Problem was I was too tired for my workouts after that. During these workouts, all that matters is if you hit the in a row 2025, man, that's awesome. That is awesome. You know what percentage of the population can't do 5 to 10 in a row? Probably about 90% of the population couldn't do 10, 15 push-ups in a row. So if you're doing that, you're already in that top 10%. But let's get you up there to that top 1%, where you can get that up to between 50 and 100 reps in a row. because you can do it. You're on your way. You're already halfway there. Now, you already got the discipline. Obviously, you're doing it. That's the main thing people don't have. It's like, say, 90% of the people in this country don't have the discipline. They can start things. Everybody can start stuff, but then they can start diets. They can start workout programs. They can start reading a book. They can start school. They can start a class. They can start a relationship, but they fall off the edge just shortly into it. They can't finish it. It's consistency every single day on everything. Being consistent takes discipline. Consistent repetitions. In 3 months of work, dude, that's freaking awesome, man. That is awesome. How old am I? I'm 53 years old. 53. I'll be 54 in June. So, like I said, it's never too late to get started in this. I said about 3 years ago, after my back surgery, I always like to show this. That was me, 250 fucking fat pounds of me right there. I never felt so disgusted in my life. That's why when people are obese, they're fat, and they're saying, well, I'm happy. I don't believe that you can be happy and fat. I just don't. And the only people that would say that are people who have never felt fit. Because once you lose the weight and you're fit, then you'll say, oh my God, I can't believe that was me. I never want to go back there. So like I said, if you put on 50, 60 pounds, if that's where you're at, overweight, and you've never been fit, you can't even, that's like saying you've gone to a country and you're telling big stories about it and all you've done is seen it on TV. Oh, it's no good. I don't like it there, whatever. Alaska's too far. Then go there and you're like, holy crap, this is amazing. Same thing with fitness. If you've not been there, you can't criticize it and you can't say you're happy. Happiness comes from long-term hard work and accomplishment, not from instantaneous type stuff. Yo, stop the cat, man. Did 18 push-ups now without warm-up. Awesome, man. Yo, stop the cat, man. I don't know what the hell that means. What kind of language is that? Cape, Maine? Ugh. Let's go. We're almost done. That racist man. Okay. I don't know. Three sets away from being done with our 12 weeks, 60,000 reps. Hopefully you'll stick with me next week. Let's say I can now do 40 full range push-ups with gusto and row. Awesome. What procedure do you have on your back? Couldn't do one for my back. Here's the thing with my back. One thing you'll notice, I don't do anything with the lower back because I've had 5 back surgeries, 2 fusions, the last one, L4, 5, S1. I got 2 plates and about 8 screws in my lower back, binding those together. So doing any type of like bending over lifts, anything like that, picking up sticks, it can really hurt my back. Sitting on bleachers at a sporting event for too long, standing for a long period of time, just blows my back out. So I try to stay away from specific lower back exercises. I think doing your core and doing the other back stuff will help strengthen it, but I'm not into the point where I'm willing to really hurt my back more by doing those types of things. So if you don't have any back problems, I would definitely get into some back stuff. What do I do for core? Well, I do three exercises. For this, I picked three. I do crunches. I do just leg flaps, and then I do the Russian twist. But I don't use, on these ones, I don't use weights because I'm doing 50. But when I start the other program next week, we're not going to be worrying so much about the reps. We're going to be going by time. So then I'll be holding the dumbbell. I think this 12 weeks right here, I didn't lose muscle, but I lost a lot of fat. I felt like I was bigger before. But now we're going to go, next week starting, we're going to go heavier weights, less reps, not massive. We're going to stay away from any type of bar exercise, because once you get older and if you're not in your 50s yet, these joints right here, my muscles are strong, but my joints are aging faster than my muscle. So any type of bench press, overhead press, any of that type of stuff that's heavy. I mean, I was getting cortisone shots in my shoulders and couldn't understand it. As soon as I got rid of those bar exercises and the heavy weight and went to dumbbells, I have zero pain in my shoulders, zero pain in any of my joints at all since I got rid of that kind of stuff. Sorry, I didn't see the first part. Thanks, man. Yep. Currently 35. Good job. Yeah, so here's the thing. Let's just say you had a surgery, you have a body part that's hurt. That doesn't mean you quit and give up. It just means you have to adapt and adjust. Do something different. You know, maybe you have a really bad knee. Okay, well, don't do squats. Don't do that stuff. Maybe just walking is good enough for you if you have a bad part. Same thing with shoulder. If you have a bad shoulder, start off not even using weights. I'm sure your physical therapist would tell you that too. Just do the exercises like this, all these different ones. Just do it with nothing, or hold a water bottle in each hand. Work your way up. Then fill those water bottles made with sand. Then get a 2-pound weight. Then a 4. Then a 5. And then an 8. And then a 10. Work your way up. I said, if you're doing anything at all, even if you're doing exercises without weights, you're already in track ahead of 90% of the population. I saw a statistic. We're on track by 2030, 80% of the population is going to be considered obese. 80%. That is just absolutely ridiculous. People wonder why our health insurance is so expensive. When 80% of the people are obese, what the hell do you think is going to happen? Your health and your fitness starts at home with you. You got to take responsibility. You can't put your life in the hands of a doctor. That's why when so many people, when COVID came around, they put their lives in the hands of these doctors that didn't know anything about those injections, all the vaccinations. They didn't know shit. They were telling you what they were told. Now there's some major repercussions. So take responsibility. And even during COVID, who were the people who were getting sick and dying? They weren't the fit people. They were the obese ones, the ones with pre-existing conditions, people that had diabetes, people that had lung problems, people that were sick, people that were obese. So you got to take responsibility for that yourself. Skinny fat. Are you what's considered skinny fat? You can consider me anything that you want. I'm probably in the best shape of my life right now. And after this week, when we get into the other exercises, it's going to be completely different. This whole 12 weeks was a slim down right here, trying to get fit, to get all that fat off. In 12 weeks, I've lost 15 pounds. Now it's ready for the next stage. Now it's time to start building the muscle back while staying lean during the process. Just keep following.
ministers.
You know what's amazing too in life with haters is that anytime afterwards I'll go back through the posts and click on the people that had maybe negative posts, and 100% of the time when I click on it, I go to their page, they have 0 posts. They're following haters on all. They probably go around all day long scrolling hate, scroll hate, scroll hate. You know, they're just trolling everybody. I've never gone through and found a negative post or anybody saying anything negative, gone to their page, and they have anything fitness posted at all. Never have I done that. You're going to find that in life, even people anybody that criticizes you for anything, if you turn around and look at their life, they have nothing. They just like to go out there and hate on people. It's a sickness. I feel bad for some people that do that kind of stuff, because you obviously have nothing. Anybody who has something in their lives does not have the time to go out and post negative stuff on somebody else's website. They just don't have it.
I feel that you should have x-ray photos on your...
You look awesome. I appreciate it, man. Yep, 53. I'll be 54 in June. But I'm telling you, if you drink the whole part to it, I drink a gallon of water every day, a half a jug in the morning time. No, doctor. I am a sports manager. I teach college, so I have a doctorate in education. I teach sports management for university. I teach career readiness. I teach MBA courses, all businesses. So I am not a medical doctor, MD. I have a doctorate in education for teaching in college. So no, I am not a medical doctor at all. I had a lot of exercise science classes within my sports management. My degree is I have a doctorate in sports management with an emphasis in marketing, but no, not a doctor, MD at all. But you know what? If you go to your family doctor, where are you based in America? I'm in Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh Steelers, right down the road. But here's the thing. If you go to your doctor, go to your family doctor, and ask them about nutrition, I could tell you more about nutrition than your doctor could tell you. They are not trained in that type of stuff. They're trained in giving you pills. They're trained in, especially a family doctor's trained in, go to see this specialist, go to see that specialist. They will never talk to you about nutrition. I think it's against their rules because they want to be able to give you pills.
Do you use any TRT? No, but I'm thinking about it. Any supplement?
I take 0 supplements. 0 supplements. I've tried creatine. I've tried protein. All that stuff just upsets my stomach. So I get all of my nutrients from food, and I have a gluten sensitivity. And I think a lot of Americans are getting this. So if you're eating dinners in your food, you're getting upset stomachs, you're getting gas, you're getting intestinal pains, try eliminating wheat and stuff from your diet. Just try it for a couple weeks and see if that makes a difference. And if it does, you don't have to have celiac disease or anything like that. We just start to develop an intolerance for certain foods as we start to get older. I used to eat every damn thing that I could possibly come across. Then once I started getting into my later 40s and my 50s, I mean, it sucks because guess what is the number one product that has wheat, barley, hops in?
What exercise do you do? How many meals do you eat in a day?
Well, when I go back to that, beer is the number one thing. You can get gluten-free beer, but it actually sucks. I drink a lot of just cider type stuff now because I'm not one of those crazy people that don't drink alcohol. Hell yeah, I like to go out and have a drink. As far as how many meals, this is what I like to do. Is I don't have a specific meal time. Every 2 hours, I like to have a little bit of something throughout the day. If you can see the scars on my stomach here, the different locations, I had my gallbladder out and I had a hernia surgery, but my gallbladder was wrecked. That's been a family thing throughout, so almost everybody's had it out. And the problem is that it holds that bile. When you don't have your gallbladder, it uncontrollably just spurts that bile into your stomach and your intestines and can cause stomach upset. So every 2 hours at least, I'll go up to the refrigerator, get a couple bites of cottage cheese, a couple bites of say yogurt, maybe a couple pieces. I make my own. We shoot a ton of deer here. I make a ton of deer jerky. I'll eat a couple pieces of deer jerky. Then maybe for dinner or for lunch, I'll have a piece of fish. We're near Erie, where the big steelhead salmon are coming in, and my son's a big fisherman, so I have a whole freezer full of that. I like deer, fish, that type of stuff. And if you want to, let's get our legs done. And basically, the best meal plan is spreading it out throughout the day, a little bit at a time, just to keep your system going, and whole foods. I mean by whole foods, that means if it comes in a box, don't freaking eat it. If it comes in a box and it has more than 5 ingredients in it, I stay away from it. All kinds of meat with just salt, pepper, maybe a condiment or something on it. As far as vegetables, tons of potatoes, vegetables, potatoes. I eat tons of potatoes. That's like our main thing every night. I eat meat but not. I don't like things that have a whole bunch of ingredients in them for my stomach, and just because how can all those chemicals be good for you? So that's 900 right there. We got 100. We're gonna do reps with our chest. But as far as the food goes, that's what I would suggest. Writing it down all day long, going through that type of stuff. And the best thing about writing it down is you actually have a visual of what you're eating. So all you can do is take a picture of that, put it into ChatGPT or Grok, and say to give you the total calorie content for each of those. And it'll pretty much go through and give you the whole thing. When you start saying, holy shit, I'm eating 7,000 calories a day, I didn't realize it. So when I say eat every 2 hours, that doesn't mean a steak every couple hours like that. So no vitamin D, magnesium. Sometimes in the wintertime, I probably should start taking my vitamin D in the wintertime because I love to be out in the sun with my skin. My skin really loves the sun. Vitamin D, I would suggest that in the wintertime, especially if you're in a northern region like this and you're not getting the sun. But whenever you said supplements, I thought you were talking about proteins, creatines, all that type of stuff. No, I don't take any of that stuff. TRT, at some point, maybe try that. Right now, my energy level is still nice and high. I feel like I don't want to get bigger. Could it do some benefits? It possibly could. Really don't want to shell out that type of money every month for that right now. So my plan is to go as long as I can without it, and then if time occurs when I feel like I'm starting to go downhill more, then maybe I will do something like that. But as far as everything else, I like to try to get all my nutrition through my food. So no vitamin D. How many meals do you eat? What exercises do you do? At my age right now, like I talked about, as far as exercises are going, when your muscles are stronger than your joints, that's when you have a problem. And as you age, I believe for me, my joints started to, we have a history of arthritis. My mother, my grandma, rheumatoid arthritis and their knuckles and all that kind of stuff. So I had x-rays on my shoulders and I got a ton of arthritis in this shoulder right here. So heavy weights, your muscles might be able to do it, but your joints, when you get older, they just won't take it. Mine will not take it. So I said, done with all the bar stuff, the heavy weights. I mean, at one point in time, I could put 225 on there and get 16 reps out. And I thought I was strong, and I was pretty strong. But man, did I hurt like hell. My shoulders were just ache like a knife in my joint here. So I shifted to dumbbells, and ever since then, I have zero pain. Zero at all. No bar. The bar stuff is what was killing me. So that's the workouts that I do. You could pick, I suggest when you're starting off here, you're hitting every single body part. That was our 12-week progression here. Hitting every body part 5 days a week, 50 rep sets, 1,000 reps. It's obviously, go back and watch my videos from the beginning. I mean, I've dropped 15 pounds just doing, this is the only exercise I was doing other than my walking. Let's finish this off with the chest. So I'll be going probably Tuesdays and Thursdays now with the different workouts. So every once in a while, check in. Be the same type of thing, talking throughout it. But watch the progression from there because I'm interested to see how it goes as well. Well, that's it. 1,000 reps. 60,000 reps completed. If you're with me, we just completed 12 weeks. 1,000 reps a day. 60 days. 60,000 reps. So if you don't think 60,000 reps will help, then you've not tried it. So let's go outside. I'm going to show you one time here. Let me turn this around. So we are going to go outside and do a weigh-in. I weighed 176 when we started. Let's just, this is right now. The camera's a little bit, but. One 153. So that is, so that's 13 pounds that it's showing right there. So it's between 13 and 15 pounds. I think the camera weighed, the whole system I had there was about a pound. It was at 162 and a half this morning, or 152 and a half. So between 13 and 15 pounds gone. So at that, my picture up here, that was 205 pounds right there. The pants, these things are going in the wood burner. And after this session right here, I've been wearing these the entire time. And if you could see, these things were tight when I started. They were tight. The belt is on the last buckle right there. You can see there with the belt buckle. I was starting up in this range here. I was as big as this at one point in time. Now I've been using this right here, and I could probably be at about right there. Gone. So, starting next week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be going. Geez, now they won't even stay up. So, come back. I appreciate you guys being here. And if you're on the journey, good luck to everybody.